Welcome to episode 11 of the Facebook Report with James the Boozy Pundit. This is the Black Friday edition. Cheers to Black Friday. Slow motion. So things are going pretty well. And on Trump's side, people are starting to hopefully kind of get on the same page. It does appear that Biden is the apparent winner. So I'm willing and able to lead the charge and kind of start demanding that Trump people get on the right page about everything. But there's a problem, apparently. There's a problem that I'm having. As much as I want to kind of go along, get along, and turn the page, and turning the page means I don't care about Trump anymore. Let's turn the page and look forward. However, I have to care about Trump if people are going back and gaslighting still about Russia collusion. Sam Adams New England IPA. I just got a 12-pack of this IPA product that came in the winter pack, the winter collection, the winter classics. 12-pack had just an American IPA, which was quite good. Now this is New England IPA, and it is different. It's more of a craft beer style beer. Without further ado, I shall try it. Very foamy, frothy, and just like you got it at one of the brewers on the South Shore Brewery Tour, for example, which is a craft beer, a limo-based craft beer brewery tour of the South Shore of Massachusetts that I invented. And Widowmaker Blue Comet American IPA is one of the best that you can get, and this is sort of in that domain. It sort of has that non-pasteurized, non-preservative kind of right-on draft. It's like fuzzy and it's very fruity, but not overly so. Fruity in a hoppy way. Yeah, almost milky, kind of that straight from a brewery taste. Really, I don't know how they pull this off in a can. But I do think the just standard American IPA, whatever they're doing over there at Sam Adams American IPA, might be better. I might be onto that now, but I'm still very impressed with this. Cheers. Happy Black Friday. I just spent about $100 on beer, and so I'm happy, and I hope you are too. Very good. Thank you for sticking around after that ad hoc, by request, video beer porn. And I'm just very happy these days, but I do have this problem with the way, and I will conclude this video with finally the substance, if anyone is still watching, is, and I will get to this in greater detail, that's the other thing, it kind of bogs things down to have to keep going through the same information. So I'm reticent to keep like diving back into this, because I really want to turn the page, but people are making me defend Trump. Stop making me defend Trump. Stop making me defend Michael Flynn. I have no particular desire to, I have no idea I've never met him, but from my viewing of events, so what happened is, what spurred the most recent round of ridiculousness is that, so Michael Flynn was pardoned. And kind of, to my vantage point, justice was done in the end at that point. But we have now people complaining. The Russian collusion dead-enders are back to complain about their things that stem from flawed belief systems. So it becomes apparent that if people are still gaslighting, the rank and file, like, anti-Trumper isn't even on the correct page, like where history is, or it's now a historical record. There's been IG reports. There's been James Comey in his own book, James Comey on stage. There have been umpteen ways to document what has happened vis-a-vis Russiagate. Now it's all been well accounted for, documented. Books are being written about it. I mean, you can quibble about the details of the books, I guess, if you've read them all and are very familiar with the ins and outs. But suffice it to say, your average rank and file gaslight dead ender is just still they somehow won't let go that, you know, there probably was a good reason to have the Mueller investigation, and yeah, they didn't really get anywhere, but, you know, I don't know, it probably was worthwhile. I mean, so it's just, you begin to unpack their position, and you realize that you're being trolled. These are just charlatans looking for. So I'm not going to go through on Facebook and for every Russia collusion gate dead ender out there. I say dead ender because that didn't go anywhere. That entire motif, that entire through line wasn't a through line. There was no motif. There was no reason to be even doing anything with Michael Flynn. You know, I don't specialize in caring about Michael Flynn, but he was a symptom of a larger problem that anti-Trumpers and liberals were undertaking. And so it's sort of like, Jesus Christ, how far do we have to go back and unpack what sane people understand has happened? No one has been sort of hauled off to prison, so you count your blessings, for fuck's sake. If you're, all the never Trumpers who conspired, they did conspire. There's evidence of their text messages back and forth. Peter Stork and, his paramour texting back, forlorn lovers, that we're going to get rid of Trump, Plan B. I mean, see right there, I'm just going into one thing, and it trivializes the whole. There's a body of evidence, a body of work that just people are wholesale not aware of, that makes it so to have to go back and debunk, like, what about on Tuesday in 2012? Like, do you want to talk about the Steele Dossier? Do you want to talk about Fusion GPS? Bruce Ohr? I mean, this is a cascade of information that I'm kind of looking to turn the page on, but I'm not. You can't just sort of, we won the election and now we're going to try to reinvent history and, yeah, probably Russiagate. Fuck Michael Flynn. Like, he deserved it. This is the standard, like, liberal anti-Trumper vibe. Fuck Michael Flynn. He's a fuck. Fuck him. What the fuck did he do to those people? These are just mindless automatons, totally unfamiliar with any details to do with what actually happened with Michael Flynn. Michael Flynn is important because it's a case study. It's sort of a nutshell of everything that went wrong. The FBI sent over. They took advantage of the fact that Trump was disorganized. Comey brags about that. And they sent interviewers over under the guise of a friendly interview, a defensive briefing. But it was actually, it literally was a sting operation. It was a counterintelligence sting. Secretly, they were there to sort of throw out information and then hope that the subject would incriminate themselves. They had it in their mind that they had to go after these people and kind of let's reverse engineer a reason afterwards. There was such panic in the ranks of anti-Trump careerists, institutionalists, the deep state. Yes, the deep state is not like a comic book conspiracy. The deep state just means fuckers who've been at their job for decades. Fuckers like Comey. These people thought they were doing something for America. No, it's a disservice to America if you are corrupt. Do your specific job, James Comey. Don't read in a greater need to supersede your chain of command, which is what he did, and then lie about it. And don't even get me started about James Comey. But anyway, I can get into this further, but I think that's good enough for one little rant. I will continue this later. To be continued. Happy Black Friday.